You underestimate how long things take. And because of that, the day keeps collapsing. You thought that task would take 30 minutes. It took 90. You thought you could get 5 things done before lunch. You got through 2. You thought you had room for one more call, one more stop, one more favor. You didn't. So by the middle of the day, you're no longer leading the day, you're trying to save it. Here's my promise for you tonight. By the end of this live, you're going to stop lying to yourself about how long things take. You're going to learn how to plan your day in a real way. And when your day is planned in a real way, you get more done, you waste less time, and the whole day works better. If this is already speaking to you, smash the like button. That helps push this in front of another man who has this problem, but doesn't know how to solve it. That's the best way, the best free way to support this work. And tonight, the highest super chat becomes the official sponsor of tonight's session. That means your name gets acknowledged as the one who helped put this word in front of the brothers tonight. If you want to keep Men of Order going and take that sponsor spot tonight, send your super chat. Let me check these comments before we hop into it. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Mrs. Israel says, if this is your first Men of Order session, welcome, fam. Hit that like button and subscribe. Oh, man, we already got a tone setter tonight, y'all. We already got a tone setter. We already got a super chat. Shout out to Sir Yasharala. He said, let's get it in, family. Chief Elder has the gems. Thank you, as always, for supporting the work. And you know what we got to do? You know what we got to do? We got to acknowledge Sir Yasharala as the sponsor thus far. I don't know. That might end up changing tonight. We'll see. But as of right now, he is the official sponsor for tonight's stream. And so, you know what we're going to do? To show him respect, we're going to make it official, y'all. See, we always leveling up. We're always taking this thing to the next level. So the sponsor is acknowledged on the screen. So whoever is going to be the official sponsor is going to be your name officially in history for really putting this topic before the world. All right. So are y'all ready to get into tonight's topic? I see you on, Brother Frederick. Are you ready to get into tonight's topic? Because tonight is going to be good. I can only ask. Are you ready? I can only ask. We doing the work over here. Y'all support the work. Shout out to Stuart Uzziah. Let's go ahead and begin. So tonight, the outcome is one thing. A day that holds. Not a perfect day, a real day, a day with room in it, a day that does not fall apart just because one task ran long. By the end of tonight, you're going to leave with 3 things: a cleaner way to plan your day, a set way to time box your work, and a rule that keeps one delay from wrecking the rest of your day. If you want that, type the number 1 in the chat. I want you to see what's happening to the man that's on the screen. This man has a jam-packed day. He thinks he can take over the world in one day. And one task takes longer than he thought it would, and it sabotages his entire day. Have y'all ever experienced that? Have y'all ever been through that? If you want to know how to fix that, type the number 1 in the chat. While you're doing that, let's get to the root of the problem. Let's figure out what's really going on. The main root tonight is simple. You keep building fake days. You keep planning a day that only works if nothing runs long. Nobody interrupts you. Your energy stays high from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Life behaves perfectly. You keep planning your days as though this is a perfect life, but that's not a real day. And the one root of this problem shows up in 3 different ways. What's the first way? You leave no buffer. Here's what you're doing. You stack task on top of task. One thing ends at 10 o'clock. The next thing starts at 10 o'clock. Then another thing right after that. No space. I want you to look on a screen right now because this is an example of someone whose calendar is jam-packed. And they think this is how successful people live. This is what the go-getters do. But it's not. This is not the key to productivity. But here's what you're doing. You stack your day, one task after another, and you say, I don't need a gap in my time, Uzziah. I can move right into the very next thing. I'll be fine as long as I stay focused. Here's what that costs you. The delay with the first thing steals time from the second thing. The second thing steals time from the third thing. Now the whole day is late, and your stress starts climbing by noon. If nothing changes, guys, this cycle continues forever. You're always running behind without catching up. If that's you, type me. Shout out to you, Mai. Happy to see you on today. Shout out to Chief Brother. I see you on. Mrs. Israel says, I can definitely relate to this. Make sure that when y'all come in, you'll smash that like button. Let's get these likes up, y'all. It only takes 2 seconds, but it goes a very long way towards supporting the podcast. Now, Chief Ambassador says, no time to work. You overwhelmed by midday, overpromised, and underdelivered facts. Now, here's what I want y'all to consider. This problem shows up in 3 different ways in your life. I just showed you the one way. The first way that it shows up is that you put no buffer in your day. You think that the key to being successful is making a jam-packed schedule, but that's a myth, because the minute that one of these tasks runs late, that will now sabotage the rest of your day. Is going to create a domino effect. The second way that the root problem shows up is you don't give the task a time box. Here's what you do. You write the task down on your to-do list, but you don't decide how long you're going to work on it. So the task just grows. I'm putting an example on the screen of someone who starts preparing for a presentation. They did not time box their task, and as a result, they end up spending all day trying to perfect the presentation, and it sabotages the rest of their day. All of the remaining tasks that they got going, it's crushed. This happens. A lot of times we start things thinking that it's only going to take but a few minutes, and then it morphs into hours. The task grows. This is what happens whenever you write down a task that you need to get done on your to-do list, but you don't decide how long the task should take. So then what happens? A quick email turns into 40 minutes of thinking, writing, and reviewing. Now you're proofreading. A work block turns into half the morning. A quick fix eats the entire afternoon, but you said it was only going to take a few minutes. And you know what happens when you're in the midst of this? You're thinking, man, I'll just work on the task until it's done. I'll see this through. I don't know how long it's going to take, so I'll just get started. No problem. I need to finish this before I move on. But here's what it costs you. One task gets too much of you while the rest of your day gets scraps. Now you feel behind, even if you worked very hard. And guys, if nothing changes, you'll never finish everything that needs to get done for your day. This is the problem. We have a lot of things that we need to get done in our day. But if you don't account for how long a task takes, you could get into that one task and it could rob you of your entire day. If you can relate, put in the comments, I can. Let me know that you've experienced this. Let me know if I'm talking to you. The third way that this problem shows up in your life is that you plan by hope and not by real life. Here's what you're doing. You make your to-do list from desire, not from reality. You plan for your best case day. You know how they talk about the best case and worst case scenario? You plan your day as though you're going to have a best case day. You plan like you won't ever get tired. Your energy is going to be top tier all day long. You plan like no one is going to bother you. You plan like travel, setup time, and a reset during the day doesn't exist. But here's what you're thinking. Man, I could add on all of these tasks. This should fit. This should fit this small task. And this should fit, so I could just jam pack it all in the day. I could get everything done in my day as long as I push through. Guys, I've spent so many days being dog tired. And I said, I just got to sit here and grind. If I can just get all these things done, man, I will get so much farther ahead. We lie to ourselves. We convince ourselves that we can get a billion things done as though we're going to have the perfect day. It's not reality. We need to schedule our day in such a way where it reflects real life. If you say, this should fit, I can push through, I'm behind, so I need to load the day up with tasks and just grind it out, you're setting yourself up for failure and you don't even know it. This is how disorder creeps in. You tell yourself, no way I could do less tasks, because if I put less tasks on my to-do list, then I'm falling off. What does that mindset cost you, guys? This comes with a price. The price is you keep failing your own plan. There's no way you could get all of those things done. And the reason why you keep failing your own plan by jam-packing it, and the next result of that is you stop trusting your own calendar. You eventually get so used to not doing what you said you would do, you don't even look at a calendar in the first place, because you say, what's the point? You throw out the baby with the bathwater. Since none of the stuff that I plan actually happens, then what's the point of planning? This is what so many people tell themselves, and it's a recipe for disaster. Planning is not the problem. Poor planning is the problem. And many of us have never been taught how to plan effectively. Many of us have never been taught it by our family. We've never learned it at school. It wasn't one of the classes that we joined. So now you're learning for the first time how to plan effectively. If you never plan effectively, but your days are jam-packed, you start each day optimistic, but then you end the day with lots of frustration. And if nothing changes, what happens? You keep over promising to yourself. You keep under delivering. And then you keep beating yourself up for a day that was never realistic to begin with. What I'm telling you guys, you're setting yourself up for disaster in the way that you pack your day. It's not that you can't have a successful day. It's the way that you're going about setting up the day that's getting in your way. I know you planned your day hoping that this would be better than having no plans at all. And that's true. But the problem is there's still so much room to grow. There's still so much more potential that you have if only you knew how to plan your day properly. This is why so many men struggle. This problem that I'm showing you right now hits so many men very hard because the problem is you are working, you are trying, but you're planning your day like you've got all the time in the world. But you don't have unlimited time. You don't have all the time in the world. There's only so many hours in the day, so you must plan accordingly. Guys, I want you to hit the like button if you know what I'm talking about. That like helps other men see what's going wrong with their day. I'm looking at these comments. I'm seeing Chief Ambassador Benaiah saying that he can relate to this. I'm seeing Brother Frederick saying he can relate to this. Sister Shemaiah said, that's a bar. Mrs. Israel said, dang, that is so true. Not planning for reality at all. Yes, we will go through our days being delusional. We will think that we can take over the world all in one day. And then we get mad once we get to the end of the night and we haven't accomplished half of the things that's on our list. Guys, it's not always life. It's us. We don't know how to play this game because we've never been taught it. So what I want to do is I want to make this real for you right now. I want to run a poll to ask, why does your day break? Help me understand the breakdown. Does your day fall apart because you have too much planned? You got so many things that you're putting on your to-do list and on your calendar, and then your day falls apart? Does your day break down because you don't have any buffer time? It's just one thing stacked on top of the other. Does your day suffer because of phone drift, where you might have started a task on track, on time, but then you get distracted by your phone and then you get thrown off track? Look at what Sir Yasharallah said. He said, I've done that many times. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I haven't accomplished anything. Guys, I put this in the sessions because these are the small day-to-day setbacks that holds us back from our success. All of these small setbacks compounded throughout the day is what holds us back from getting to the next level. Guys, this is not rocket science. The reason why I break this down for you is to show you how attainable success really is. I'm not breaking down calculus. I'm breaking down small steps that anyone could do, where if they did it, they would see progress in their life. One of the reasons why your day breaks down is on the screen right now. You either have too much planned, you don't have enough buffer time, you're getting too caught up on your phone, or your day is getting off to a late start, so you're already running behind. Guys, I don't know what your issue is, but I want you to put it in a poll so that way we could get to the bottom of things. Right now, I'm seeing the number one response is no buffer. You got so many things stacked up that as soon as one thing falls apart, that's when the rest of the day falls apart. That's how the whole schedule ends up going down the drain. And so, guys, if you haven't voted yet, put your vote in the poll. If you're just coming in, make sure you smash that like button. Today, we're talking about why you keep planning a day that doesn't exist. A lot of times, people don't even realize how much this impacts their progress. They say, oh, you know what? The reason why I'm not making progress is because of this drama going on or that situation going on, and they have no idea how they're getting in their own way. And this is the reason why we talk about the laws of order. Once you know the laws of order as men of order, that's when you're able to think towards your success. That's when you're able to apply order into your life. What is the law of order for tonight? What is not sized will spill. What is not sized will spill. Let me break this down for y'all. Okay, do you know how you can't wear a shoe if it doesn't fit your size? You're going through tasks throughout your day, but you're not sizing it. What is not sized will spill. If you don't decide how much room something gets on your schedule, it will try to take more of your time. A task will take more time. A call will take more time. A meeting will take more time. You getting ready will take more time. If you don't decide how much time something should get on your schedule, it will often try to take more time, guys. What does a disordered man do? A disordered man puts things on his to-do list, but he doesn't size them. He doesn't decide how long his work is going to take. So what happens? He gets knee deep into a task, and now he's stressing out because he knows he's running behind. He cannot stop working on the task, and so he has already sacrificed everything that he was supposed to accomplish after this. This is one of the primary reasons why so many people want to start a business, but they can never get around to it. They don't time box it. So what happens? All of the things that you tell yourself you're going to do before you pursue your dream, all of those things monopolize your time. And because you have not set a specific time to work on the most important things, you never get around to doing it. What does an ordered man do? An ordered man decides the size first. then he works inside the time box. There's a difference. See, a disordered man works now and tries to figure out life later after the damage is done. An ordered man, he thinks before he acts. He knows how valuable his time is. Before he works himself very hard, he asks himself, is this something worth working on at all? Just because it's something that I can do doesn't mean that it's something I should do. An ordered man works smarter, not harder. Guys, there are so many times where people will expect me to work on things that somebody else should be doing. You know, there's all of these different errands and tasks that I know how to do, but if I spent my days focused on all of these smaller things, I'll never get to the bigger things. This is something that I tell my family all the time. Hey, listen, yes, I could focus on this, but you know this is going to cost a lot of money, right? Well, what you mean, Uzziah? How is it going to cost a lot of money to do this task? The cost is not in doing the task. The cost is in what I could have been doing if I wasn't doing that small task. If I can produce $1,000 of value per hour, if you have me working on something that I could have paid somebody else $20 to do within an hour, I literally lost $1,000. So you got to start thinking strategically, guys. A lot of guys don't value their time. A lot of guys put their ego over their time and their value. An ordered man decides what is going to give me the best return on my time and my energy. An ordered man understands that's where I need to place my focus. Just because I could do something doesn't mean that I should do something. Right now, guys, I pay a house manager thousands of dollars every month to do things that I could have done myself. Why? Because if I'm spending all of my time focusing on things within the house, what time am I going to have to build my empire? What time am I going to have to grow my business, to grow the church, to grow the family, to grow generational wealth? You've got to choose what your life is going to amount to. Are you going to play big or are you going to play small? Let me look at these comments. Chief Ambassador says, if I have an open day, I will purposely block my calendar so therefore no one can steal time from me. Spoken like a wise man. Spoken like a man who has probably had different people ruin his day. I want you to know something. When you deal with men of order, they think first and work second. We work smarter, not harder. An ordered man respects his time. But let me ask you something. Before you work on something, do you usually size the task first? Or do you just start working and hope that whatever you're working on fits in your schedule? Leave me a comment and let me know. While y'all are getting in the comments, now we execute. I'm going to give you a plan that you can run for the next 7 days. It's called the Real Day Plan. It's only 3 steps. Step number 1, cut the list. At the start of your day or the night before, I want you to pick your top 3 tasks that you need to get done for the day. Not 10 tasks, 3 real things. Guys, if one of those three tasks is a big task, make the other two tasks smaller. Here's what this replaces. It replaces you coming up with fake lists that make you feel busy before the day even begins. I want to go back to an image that I want y'all to really see. I want y'all to see how this man right here, he plans by hope. Look at all of the tasks that he has on his to-do list. His to-do list is filled from top to bottom. And as you can see, he's stressed out. He burns the midnight oil. He needs coffee just to stay awake. He's done one task after the next, but he still has so much more to accomplish. And you know what happens? Even though this man has checked off 5 different tasks, a lot of them petty tasks, busy being busy, by the time that he gets to the end of his night, he feels very worn down and defeated. Why? Because he did not accomplish everything that he set out for his day. This is the reason why you cannot go through your day with delusion. You have to go through your day with strategy. You got to cut the list, guys. Less is more. Trust me on this. Instead of you putting 10 petty things down on paper, do 3 things with bigger impact. If one of those 3 things is going to take a significant amount of time, then make sure that the second and third thing that you do is not taking up so much time to get done in your day. Choose your top 3. When you do this, it gives you a real list. Now you're actually being productive, not just busy. When you apply what I'm showing you, it replaces the thinking, maybe I can still fit all of this in. Maybe I can still jam pack my schedule so that way I could feel like I'm doing something, but I'm really doing nothing. How will this change your life starting this week? This will change you because you'll stop treating your day like a wish. I wish I can be successful today. Now you start planning a day that you can actually finish. By you being realistic, it sets you up to get better results. And that's just step 1, guys. Step 2 is box the work. I want you to give each main task a real time box. Stop winging it. Every primary task of importance in your life needs a real time box. What kind of time box, Uzziah? 45-minute time box. 60 minutes, 90 minutes. I want you to pick the time box before you start. Size it. Get a feel of how long this task should realistically take, and then put yourself on a timer. Don't just start working on something and then drift, guys. I need you to box the work. And when the box ends, you either stop working on the task or you set another time box to keep working on it later. Guys, follow my logic here. Let's say that you're working on a task that you think will take 60 minutes. You set a 60-minute time block and you get done with the task in 55 minutes. Sometimes that happens because there's something called Parkinson's law. Parkinson's law means you can accomplish what you need to get done in the space that it takes to fill it. Think about gas. For any of y'all that got gas stoves on, you know that if gas starts running and leaking through the house, it's going to take up the entire space. That's how it works whenever you're time boxing. If you know you have all day to work on something, you're going to take longer to work on it. If you know you only have a limited amount of time to work on something, you're going to move faster. Studies shows this. This is just how the human mind is wired. You know, every week whenever I'm giving a church service, I always notice I plan right up until the minute where the service is scheduled to cut on. It don't matter what time it is. It could be 5 o'clock, church service starts, 1:30, 1:45. I'm always going to plan based upon when the event starts. Why? Because subconsciously it's sending a message to my brain. You have this wide open space. And whenever that happens, what do? You extend the time out. What I need you to do is I need you to realize you only have but so many hours in a day. You probably don't have the luxury to spend all day doing one thing, but you can still make progress as long as you box the work. So pick a time block and time box your effort, whether it's 45 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. And when that time box ends, you either stop working on it because you were able to get it complete within that time frame, or you need to take a break. And then you set another time box on your calendar to work on it at a later time. This is how you protect the rest of your day. If you do not do this, you're going to get so stuck and focused on one thing, you're going to lose track of time and you're not going to be able to accomplish the things that you set out to do for the rest of your day. Put yourself on a timer. Give yourself an alert. When that time box runs out, either you're done or you need to plan for the next time that you're going to work on it. Don't let the task quietly steal the entire day. I'm going to take a quick pause. I'm going to look at the comments. Guys, can y'all leave me some comments? Let me know what you're getting out of tonight's session. Let me know if this resonates with you. Mrs. Israel says, let's help the algorithm wake up some more men of order. Drop a like on the stream. Let's get these likes up. And who's going to take the spot from Sir Yasharala? As y'all can see, he's the top sponsor so far, coming in at $10. If you're going to be the official sponsor, you're going to have to top Sir Yasharala's super chat. Thank you as always for supporting the work. Now let's get back to this work, because the work is going to happen regardless. Now, how does this change, guys? By you doing this, what I'm showing you, how does this change your day? What does this change in your life? Well, it changes you drifting through the day. It changes you saying, well, you know what? I'll just keep going. I'm already here. I'm in the thick of it. I'll just keep going. And it'll come at the rest of your day's expense. This replaces half the day disappearing into one thing. I've done this so many times. I'm the type of person, I'm laser focused. Hyper focus is my superpower. Anybody will tell you that really knows me. If you put me on something, you get me focused, whether it's a conversation, whether it's a meeting, whether it's a project. A bomb could go off down the street, and it's not even going to register to me that happened, because I'm going to be so tunnel vision into a task, I'm going to block out everything around me. Literally, I'm going to block out everything around me. Sometimes Mrs. Israel be having to tell me, hey, this is what's going on over here. You didn't notice that? No, I didn't notice it. But now she knows based upon how long she's been with me. So I have to give myself different alerts to tell me, hey, now is the cutoff time. You have to do other things. Otherwise, you won't be able to go to the gym. Otherwise, you won't be able to work on these other tasks. You got these deadlines. You got these important projects coming up. You got to stop right now so you can move on to other things. If I never do that, I can spend an entire day focused on one thing, and then by the time that that day is up, I'm beating myself up that I wasn't able to get to all of these other tasks. How does that change, guys? By you applying what I'm showing you right now, you start seeing where your time really goes. You stop acting so shocked when things take longer than you thought. You start keeping your day on track when you apply what I'm showing you right now. That's just step 2. What's step 3? Leave breathing room, guys. You got to give yourself some breathing room. I know you're ambitious, but there's a difference between being ambitious and being delusional. You keep convincing yourself through delusions of grandeur that as long as you jam-pack your schedule, everything will get done according to plan. But everybody got a plan until life punches them in the face. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to put a 10 to 15 minute break between major blocks of time. You're going to use it to reset and then move on. You're going to make sure that you move around in this 10 to 15 minute break. You might have been sitting down for an extended period of time at the desk. Now you're going to get yourself fresh again. Now you're going to write the next step down, because in this 10 to 15 minutes, you're regrouping and readjusting for the rest of your day. During this 10 to 15 minutes, you're handling small loose ends. And guys, if you know that a part of your day usually runs long, give yourself extra time on purpose. This is the reason why breathing room is so important. If you have a calendar that's jam-packed like this guy, for any one of these tasks that takes a lot longer than planned, it's going to sabotage the rest of his day. So what you need to do is you need to look at your day and you need to plan with reality and say, hey, I think one of these tasks could take me longer than I think. I'm not sure how long this task might take. So I'm going to give myself extra time to not only work on it, I'm going to give myself extra time just to have more breathing room so that if it ends up running a little bit longer, I have a little extra time to recover before I work on the very next task. So that way, the task that I'm working on right now does not infringe upon the task that I need to work on next. That's proper planning. And when you do this, guys, here's what it replaces. It replaces back-to-back planning where one task runs right after the other. It replaces the lie that you can finish one thing and begin the next thing at the exact same second. This is the lie that we put into our calendar. We say, I'm going to work on this one thing from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and I'm going to start this thing at 8 a.m. You convince yourself that you're going to stop one thing and start another thing all at the exact same time. It doesn't work that way in real life. By you planning your schedule for real life, here's how it changes you this week. It stops one delay from being a full-blown disaster, a full day disaster. Guys, when you give yourself breathing room, you feel less pressure while you're working on the most important things of the day. Now you're not running around chasing a bunch of errands that doesn't move your life forward at all. Now you're focused strategically around your most important projects, and you still have room to breathe. This is how high performers get more done in a day than most people will accomplish in a week. This is how they do it. They dedicate important blocks of time towards their highest return projects. And then they also give themselves enough rest and recovery in that same day so they can then come back to the next project with full bursts of energy. What do most people do? Most people spend all day focusing on small things. They have no breaks. They run themselves into the ground from start to finish. And then they say, man, by the time I got done with work, I'm too tired to work on my dream. By the time I get done with work, I'm too tired to work on the business. By the time I get done with work, I'm too tired to work on the project that I know would change the game. But it's really not work that's doing it to you. It's the way that you structure your time. When I work with my clients, I show them how to get more rest and recovery and recharge even while being at work. This is what you got to know how to do, guys, because you know what happens when you do this? When you bring this whole plan together, remember, this is the real day plan, not the fake day plan. Cut the list, box the work, leave breathing room. That's how you stop building fake days. You stop bringing panic from one block of time into the next. Guys, if you're taking this seriously, support the work with a super chat. That keeps the channel going. Let me look at the calendar. Let me see what's going on with my time. Look at what Sis Shemaiah said. She said, I can certainly drift. So time blocks are imperative for me to help keep me on track. Absolutely. Now, some of y'all may know one of the things that Shemaiah is very talented at is video editing. And boy, I tell you, when it comes to editing videos, that's a key thing that once you start, it's hard to stop because there's all these changes you want to make. There's all these effects that you want to add. And if you're not careful, you will end up spending too much time on one project, but meanwhile, you might have 5 or 6 other videos to edit. So this is very important, and it's a very practical step for people that are looking to do video editing, who are looking to create content, if you're looking to write books, any kind of project that you are working on, you should be thinking about time blocks, guys. In a few minutes, I'm going to bring some men on camera with me live because I want to show you how you can replan your day for maximum productivity. I want to show you how you can accomplish more quality work with less stress. So if you want help figuring out where your day keeps breaking down and what to change this week, I want you to join the call. Okay? I've put the link to the call in the comments section. I've put it on the screen. All you got to do is join, and I will help you by giving you a custom plan that will add value to your life specifically. Whenever you get on camera with me, what you do is you tell me about your problems, what's going on with your day, what's holding you back. And then I will walk you through a step-by-step plan for free to get to the next level. Now, guys, this is very important because if you were on my last session, you knew that I was offering a few private strategy calls with people who joined. Guys, those time slots got booked up. If you go on that link now, you see I have no more time for these strategy calls this week. So the number one way that you can still connect with me this week is to get on the live session now. And guess what? You don't have to be on camera. When you click the link, all you have to do is talk, and I will be able to speak to you via call. All right. So if you're ready to plan your next move, join me live. I've put the link in the comments and I've put it on the screen. I'm putting the link there now for you so that way you have time to get set up. And while you're getting set up, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open the floor for some quick questions. I'm going to open the floor for you guys right now to put questions in the chat. Maybe you're not able to get on camera. Maybe you're not able to speak. Maybe you're in a busy area. When you get on the chat, drop me a question and let me know what I can do to help you as it relates to this topic. You watched the session, you said, man, this guy's speaking my language. If there are certain challenges that you're going through, if you have certain questions about everything that I went over, make sure that you put it in the comments below, okay? I'm going to be reading a couple questions, and again, I'm doing this all for free. I'm going to check the comments right now. And then we're going to get into the live hot seat wherever someone joins on camera. We walk them through their situation and I help them out step by step. Sis Shemaya says, love the one-on-one segments. The gems are so valuable for all of us. Absolutely. You know, whenever you get on camera with me, a lot of times the information that I share with you, even though I'm tailoring it to you specifically as your reward for getting on the call, it's of a lot of value to a lot of other people that are watching because I'm breaking down things that's also beneficial for them. You know, a lot of times whenever you see people like Sir Yasharala get on the call, you end up seeing answers to questions that you didn't even know that you had. You're able to walk away with some gems that are able to help you get to the next level, okay? So I'm looking in the comments, guys, and I'm seeing that y'all are tapping in with me. I'm seeing that y'all are watching. I'm not seeing no one yet in the live cam up or getting on the audio. So I'm going to keep this thing moving forward, okay? So I'm trying to show you something here. I'm trying to show you that your issue is not that you don't care about your day. Your issue is that your day has been built too tight to survive real life. I see a question here from Mrs. Israel. The question, how can I determine a realistic amount of tasks to put on my to-do list for the day/week? Great question. Now, again, what we've been talking about in the execution phase is pick your top 3 tasks. Your schedule should revolve around the top 3 things that you can get done that day. Now, when you plan your day, you need to identify what's the number 1 task. Because even when it comes to the top 3, you might not be able to get all 3 things accomplished. Situations happen, things come up. So if nothing else gets done for the day, what's the number 1 thing that you need to accomplish for the day? I want you to put that at your first focus time block during the day. Remember what we went over a little earlier, Miss Israel. We put box the work. You see that big focus block right there? Add a focus block to your day. So that way, the number one thing gets done. Now, on some of the earlier sessions, I talked about how you might want to have a time block for your top tasks, and you might want to have a time block for your planning, because you might not just be able to focus on 3 things for the day. Yes, we're focusing on our top 3 things that will make progress. But then there's also maintenance, things that we got to do at work to keep the job, things that we've got to do to pay the bills, to keep the lights on, things that we got to do for the house to keep the house in order. So you identify your progress tasks first, you create time blocks for those things, and then for anything else that is time sensitive and there are deadlines, create a planning time block and put that on the planning block of your calendar. All of this involves the question, how can I determine a realistic amount of tasks to put on my to-do list for the day/week? A lot of you guys, you overshoot it. You really need to be thinking top 3. A lot. Okay, guys, on this channel, we talk about how 20% of all of the tasks that you work on make 80% of all of the results that you get out of life. All of your tasks is not going to be taking your life to the next level. That's just a fact. So you need to identify, okay, what are the top 20% of things that would make 80% of the difference? You need to work on those tasks first. Do not put the meaningless tasks over the things that matter the most, because what will happen is you'll have all this minutia, all this maintenance, you'll start stacking it in the day. You'll work on it. It ends up taking you longer than you expected. It starts running you thin. Your energy starts to run out. And before you know it, by the time that you should be working on the things that should be worked on first, the things that would actually move your life forward and make the biggest difference, now you're completely tapped out and now you don't have the energy for it. Hold on, wait a minute. We got something here. We got something here. We got something here. I see we got another super chat. We've got a $20 super chat on the table from Brother Frederick. Thank you, Brother Frederick. You said, I appreciate all the gems. Very helpful to my business and personal life. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's give Brother Frederick a round of applause, not only for supporting the work, but for applying the things that he learns on these sessions and the way that it's moving his business and his personal life forward. Shout out to him. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, so you know what I got to do now. I'm sorry, Sir Yasharala. I got to take you off the screen. You was holding it down for a bit as tonight's sponsor, but now we've got Brother Frederick that has taken over, all right? Brother Frederick has taken over, and now he is the official sponsor of tonight's broadcast. So we're going to put your name on the screen so that you're acknowledged as the official sponsor thus far for the topic about how people keep planning a day that does not exist. Shout out to you. All right, so now what we got to see, guys, the issue is not that you don't care about your day. The issue is that your day is built too tight to survive in real life. You keep planning a fake day. You have to plan for reality. That's the key. So, guys, Your next move for the next 7 days is very simple. I want to show y'all something. I got y'all had something special for y'all tonight. I need y'all to see this. I'm introducing Run the Play. Now it's time to run the play. For the next 7 days, you're going to run the real day plan exactly as I gave it to you. That means you're going to cut your to-do list down to 3 real tasks. You're going to time box each main task before you start. You're going to leave breathing room between major time blocks. And I want one more thing. At the end of each day, I want you to write down one task that took longer than you thought. I want you to write what you guessed. I want you to write what it really took. And then come back and report. Let me look at this question real quick. I'm seeing another question for the top 3 tasks. Is there a size for the task that I should stick with? There's no one size fits all. You might have one task that's going to take you a lot of time. I recommend, if you can, to put a 90-minute time block around that task. Why 90 minutes? 90 minutes is the maximum amount of time that the human brain can stay focused and attentive. Any time beyond 90 minutes, the mind inevitably drifts. Give yourself a 90-minute time block if you can afford it. But if you don't have 90 minutes, the next option is 60 minutes. If you can't afford to have a 60-minute time block, go 45 minutes. Put something out there. And the thing about it is, guys, when it comes to these tasks that you work on, be okay with not always being able to complete an entire project in one sitting. We went over this earlier. You give yourself 90 minutes for your number one most important thing, especially if you think that it could take around 90 minutes to accomplish or more. You give yourself 90 minutes. And then after that, you check, was I able to finish the task? If yes, great, congratulations. Now you move on to task number 2, task number 3. Again, if you're sizing properly, you understand that if you knew that the first top task to get done was going to take you a lot of time, you're not going to dedicate the same time to task 2 or 3. Maybe task 2 or 3 are tasks that you can get accomplished in a lesser amount of time. So you might not want to swing for the fences on task 2 or 3. Task 2 or 3 is something that is very important, but it can take less time to do because you've already strategically dedicated most of your time to the number one thing. So in theory, you could have your top 3 tasks. One task can take you 90 minutes. One task can take you 60 minutes. One task can take you 30 minutes. You can switch it up. There's no one size fits all, but you do need to go into your task getting a good gauge of how long does this task realistically take to get done, or how long can I afford to work on this task today? You might have to come back to keep working on different tasks, especially for you business owners. You're not going to be able to do everything for your business in one day. Set your time block, and then after you get done with that time block, sit down, plan your next time block for you to keep working on the things that matters most. I hope that answers your questions, Mrs. Israel. Now, again, guys, make sure that you run the play, okay? That's what you're doing for tonight's session. You're going to cut the list on your to-do list to your top 3. You're going to time box each main task before you start. You're not just going to work and then drift. Now you're time boxing everything. So that way, even when you work on important things, you give yourself an end time so that way it does not spill over to the rest of your day. You're time boxing each main task before you start. And then you're leaving breathing room between major blocks of time. And guys, I want one more thing. At the end of each day, you're going to write down one task that took you longer than you thought it would. This is very important. You got to run this play, guys, because this is going to help you do a better job at sizing tasks over time. It's going to help you do a better job at protecting your time. A lot of times right now, because you're not doing this, you really don't have a good gauge over how long it takes to do something in your life. But once you run this play, you're going to get a better idea on how long it takes for you to work on important tasks. Then I want you to come back to me and report. How did this change your week for the better? What things ran long? How did your life improve? Don't come back with good intentions now. Come back with proof. And don't forget to smash that like button right now, guys. This helps this message get in front of another man who's looking to improve his day. And always remember, guys, a disciplined leader is someone that people can count on. Not once in a while, not only when his day is easy. People can count on him because he doesn't build his life on fake plans. He plans effectively. And when he plans effectively, that's when his family wins. Guys, you're not on this session for the hell of it. You're doing something different from most people. Successful people do what unsuccessful people are unwilling to do. What's that? You're carving out a block of time right now to learn how to get to the next level. A lot of people say that they want to be successful, but they never dedicate the time to learn how to get to success. And you're doing that by watching tonight's session. And when you apply these steps, not only will you benefit, the people that matter most that are counting on you, they all benefit from it, guys. And the key to being a high earner is giving high value to as many people as you can. Giving it to many people, giving it to the right people. Sir Yasharala says, I usually did that, spend hours on a task or talking to others. He said that I should have, he probably was referring to, he should have been spending some of that time working on some important tasks. Guys, a leader plans effectively. Our next session is going to be this Tuesday, March 17th at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Guys, make sure that you're back here. And if you want to help keep Men of Order going and become the official sponsor for tonight's session, send your super chat now, because that support helps keep these live sessions in front of brothers who need them. I want to acknowledge those who supported the work for tonight's session. We had Sir Yasharala coming in at the $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Sir Yasharala. Appreciate you as always, sir. Oh, man, and you know what else? You know what else? You know what else? You know what else we got to get into? The official sponsor. This is the last call. Who's going to be the official sponsor for tonight's show? We getting into it, y'all. Let's see. It looks like the official sponsor is Brother Frederick. Brother Frederick at the $20 level. Shout out to you, sir. Thank you, Brother Frederick. Really appreciate you, man. As you can see, your support does not go in vain. Bit by bit, we're making the sessions better. We got the sound effects going this week, guys. Every session, we're trying to add a little bit more, just as my way to thank you for supporting the work. So thank you so much, Brother Frederick, for the $20 super chat. You can still support this channel even after the show is over, guys. All you got to do is click that thanks button directly below the video. That will send a super thanks, and you can donate whatever amount that you see fit. You know, any bit helps, guys. $2, $5, any little bit helps. It goes a long way towards building this channel. All right. So if you have not done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notification bell so you receive an alert whenever we have another session. Make sure you don't miss out on the next session, because that one's going to be key. Until next time, walk in order, brothers. Peace.